Good morning from Thorpe Park Resort, and we've come down for our, well, it's actually our final update before half term, and we won't be down here over half term either, so our updates will resume. We'll probably have at least one more close season one at the end of February before the park opens in March. So yeah, this is the last one for now, and we've had a little walk down. I have to say, it just feels a little bit more open for some reason. It feels a little bit more open than what it did last time we come down here in terms of what we can see. We're still not going to see an awful lot kind of changes inside the park, because you know we are really restricted for access and view for obvious reasons, but yeah, it just feels a little bit more open. One thing we want to check out is obviously Nemesis Inferno, and we want to check out whether or not we can see anything of Jungle Escape as well, and we'll explain that a little bit more when we get down there. We're going to use the camera, we'll put some pictures up too, and particularly when we get down here and we have a look at into Amity Cove, see if we can see anything in there. But it's quite a nice day actually. We're not freezing today.
Blue skies?
Blue skies, people. We're not freezing today. We are mellow at about 11 degrees. Nice blue skies.
There was ice out last time.
There was ice out last time, but we did get muddy feet coming in because it has rained quite bad this week. So we're going to take a quick look around now, and we'll join you again when we get back down to Nemesis Inferno. So we did spot it last time, but obviously Stealth usually has a cable running down for kind of abseiling and climbing purposes, on the off chance it does get stuck at the top, which I think has only ever happened once. That's actually not there at the moment, so I'm assuming that to reattach that they would actually have to climb the track to put it back up. I'm guessing it comes down while they do their inspections. And as kind of you look over into Amity Cove there, again, you can't see a lot, but it does look like now the teacups are pretty much back together. We will zoom in so you can see it. You can see around Tidal Wave as well, looks pretty clear. But yeah, it's not, you know, the access from here is, it's great to see the rides. I've always said it's great to see the rides, and it's genuinely great to come and see the rides. I love it, I absolutely love it. But views wise, you know, you still speculate a bit what's going on. So as we walk down to Nemesis Inferno, it did look on the way through that more work had been done. Looks like there's a lot less scaffolding up around the G0 roll than what there was beforehand. But nothing's happened here. Here is still very much scaffolding with nothing going on. My guess would be that if they were painting it, it would have been painted by now. That would be my guess. If anything, I'd probably argue from the bits on the bottom here that it's something to do with either drainage, but it certainly looks like piping's being replaced. And again, you can see here where bits and pieces have been done, it's going into a waste thing. So I'm guessing something's happened. It's drainage or wastage up the top here. My guess is something's happening in the kind of the station area, and they're using it to waste whatever there is in here. And I didn't see any of this last time either. Didn't see any of the waste. It says, what does it say? Metal waste only. So it actually looks like it might be put up as part of the regular maintenance in terms of what, you know, they need to do on it. But yeah, it's a metal waste bin now with a lovely pipe going from top to bottom, which I guess goes straight into the maintenance area. There seems to be quite a lot going on actually structurally. So yeah, that's probably my guess of why it's there, to be honest with you. Probably my guess of why it's there. So here we are at Nemesis Inferno, and we will put some pictures on the screen now of obviously what you see here. So on these close-ups you can see that the work is done. The work is done, it's been repainted. It doesn't look like the whole lot's been repainted. It does look like only the affected part has been repainted, but it's done and it looks fresh as a daisy. Fresh as a daisy. And of course we'll now show you some pictures as well of the brake run, which we'll see a little bit more as we come down. So again, work being done on the brake run. As we said, this is a servicing area, and you can kind of see, we'll flip back now and you can kind of see the servicing area there with some chains on and ladders looking at the brakes in the final lift run area. So yeah, looks like work's nearly completed. It's changed since we last come down. We do like to find some changes when we come down, obviously. And you know, that's, yeah, looks really good. Looks really good. I'm trying to see now trying to see over. They definitely haven't painted all the way down, but I don't think Nemesis Inferno is actually worn too badly. People say it needs a repaint. I don't think it does, to be honest with you. I actually quite think it's worn quite well. Colossus, on the other hand, needs a repaint. That's only a year older, but I think that's worn quite well. I think that's doing all right. Gets a lot of water on the track, obviously, from the effects as well as the elements. So, yeah, quite pleased with that. So Nemesis Inferno looks sorted. Looks like it's not long now until that's kind of pieced back together, and we will, you know, perhaps when we come down late February, we will start seeing testing of some of these rides, and we'll see some of the rides go round, because, you know, they've got to test, as the parks always say, thousands of hours before they open to the public. Now, one interesting thing, and I genuinely don't think we can see anything. Here's a tree for you. It's a lot of green. There's a lot of green around here, a lot of green. Now, Jungle Escape. Jungle Escape is like the hottest topic. Kurt's going to have a look through here now and see whether or not we can get any kind of view of Jungle Escape while we walk down here. I have a feeling we can't. I think this is where it sort of is.
I mean, you can just see the red top.
Yeah, you can just sort of see
nothing exciting.
the red top through the gap. I don't know whether or not you can see it on the camera. Now, there's a bit of confusion, I would say, over the Jungle Escape, because obviously the park advertised last year it would be returning for 2020. This week it's been taken off the website as not returning. However, it is worth noting that on the Brakes website, it is still on there. Now, normally, the Brakes website is what gives away all the new stuff, because that's updated first. Obviously, it's enticing people to come and pay and stay at the theme park. So that is usually what gives it away. It is still advertised on the Brakes website as coming back for 2020. Now, we can't see into the area. We can't, you know, show any of that because of the way, obviously, the park's laid out, which will make this kind of a prime example for somewhere to be used for Halloween. Now, last year obviously they lost the boat, the Soar Alive boat, which is sinking, so we lost that last year. That's why that's closed. You know, we're still not really sure what's happening with Loggers Leap, whether or not they will dismantle that over the closed season and maybe just use Creek Freak Massacre for this year before changing. Again, depends what the plans of the park are. And of course, we don't really know where else mazes are going to go unless they start building tents again on the beach. So it's a prime location, this, and it's been home. It's been home to some cracking mazes, you know, the original Freezer, Asylum, Studio 13. I'm sure there's something else in there. Comment below. Was there something else there? I'm sure there was something else in there as well. And of course, it was used for I'm a Celebrity. Less said about that, the better. But it was used for I'm a Celebrity, and now it's just kind of, you know, it's a pay attraction. Now, Jungle Escape last year, you know, it was all right. We never got in it, but from what we heard of it, it was all right. Cost was quite high. The cost came down really quickly, like really quickly, which is never a good indication that it's doing particularly well for the park. So I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't come back for this year, especially when they have container down for Halloween. And I don't really understand, you know, when they've got container, they could potentially open container all year round. But what do you think? Leave your comments below. As we kind of look down here, you know, we'll see the usual kind of back end of the park. And there's a lot being blocked off, a lot we can't see. As we said to you last time, Timber Tugboat have been put back together. See how muddy this floor is that we're walking on here. Absolute car crash. I don't fall over, it'll be a miracle, an absolute miracle. Oh my life, oh my God. You know, Colossus still looks ready. Doesn't look like anything particular has happened on Colossus. No repaint. Slammer, as we know, being kept there for staff training. I think it's one. I hate seeing it. I hate seeing rides that aren't open. I hate seeing it. I hate seeing it. If there's no plans on reopening, just get rid of it. Just get rid of it. And then here we are down in Old Town, where Rocket Express still isn't quite back together yet. And of course, Creek Woods Tours is still there. And you can actually see Timber Tugboat through there. As we said, that's all been put back together. That looks ready to roll for the new season. So yeah, it's not a great deal to show you, but you know, we've been keeping a close eye on Nemesis Inferno. And of course, Jungle Escape. Jungle Escape's the new one. You know, we can't show you Jungle Escape, and to be honest, with all due respect to the park, I know what they're like. They're just going to put a board up in front of it, so it'll probably still say Jungle Escape from this side anyway. However, well, it will. I think we probably know it will. However, what do you think, Jungle Escape? You know, did you do it last year? Let us know in the comments below. What did you think of it? You know, it was bargain price by the end of the year, an absolute bargain price. It seems a waste of a building. I've always said it's a bit of a waste of a building. Even just using it for Halloween, it's a bit of a waste of a building, to be honest with you. I'd much rather see something permanent go there. It's a fair sized building. You know, when you think of what Gangster Granny's going in at Alton Towers, must be a really similar sized building there. You know, we've already got Darren Brown. I appreciate we've already got Darren Brown, bless him. This is where it feels a little bit open at the moment. Lost a lot of the black. I know we've got Darren Brown, bless him, but you know, that attraction probably hasn't got long left either. I can see that standing but not operating very, very soon. It must cost an absolute fortune for the park to run that. But yeah, it's still listed on the Breaks website. I know everyone got really happy and kind of everything that got off the main website, but it is still listed on the Breaks website, and that's usually updated first. That's not to say it is coming back, that's not to say it's not. What do you think? Do you think it's coming back? Do you think it should come back? Quite honestly, I don't think it should. Just don't think it should. It used a lot of theming from I'm a Celebrity. I think I'm a Celebrity sort of craze hit for a little bit, but I think ultimately, you know, it was a good decision to close that one down, probably not renew the contract. It just needs something a bit more special. It's a sad day, you know, when we can't see Log of Sleep. It's gonna be a really, really sad day. And yeah, all here just feels really open. I don't remember it being this open. Just walking into a tree there. Always look where you're going. Always look where you're going. You know, and then we've got the train here as well. Final picture of the train. Bless it. We used to sit on that, Kurt.
Huh?
We used to sit on that train, go to the farm, go bear hunting. Sad day. Sad day. Proper piece of history, that train. Proper piece of history. But anyway, that's Thorpe Park. That's Thorpe Park. I'd like to reminisce. Leave your memories below of the train as well. We know it's a construction update, and we've shown you a little bit. Literally getting attacked by trees. Literally getting attacked by trees. So we've shown you a little bit. You know, Nemesis Inferno is one we're keeping a close eye on to make sure that obviously all the work looks like it will be done for the new season. It certainly does. I mean, it looks like it's all been stripped back. We were first to show you that it had been stripped back, and we're first to show you it's been put back together. There it is, lovely and smooth, looked ready to go. We know about Jungle Escape, what's going to happen with it, leave comments below, and of course we can see other bits and pieces into the park. Going to be an interesting season, I think, for Thorpe Park. Going to be a really interesting season to see how they fare against a lot of other parks opening, you know, some new attractions. I think feels a bit stale in the UK industry at the moment, and we do need a real spectacular highlight. Now, Portals are going to bring that a little bit. Chessington's going to bring a little bit as well next year. So are Legoland, and Legoland certainly are the year after. But what is the fate for Thorpe Park? Really does feel the forgotten park the last 8 years since the swarm came. Really feels like last, you know, the forgotten park. And I was really hoping to see some amazing construction going on this year. It's just not happening. Just not happening. What's the future for this place? Do you think they're going to have a good season based on the lineup you can see? You know, are the events enough to cover for the lack of rides? Let us know in the comments below. But from Thorpe Park, this is UK Theme Parks, and we'll see you next time.